2021 Mazda MX-5 Grand Touring Review. Still the best value roadster? Let's face it, the affordable sports car as we know it is in deep trouble. Think of what kind of options you have available under $35,000, and you'll realize it's a short list. If you're after a lightweight two-seater with a rear-wheel drive and a manual transmission, you've got less than 5 options. Over the last week or so, I've been driving the longest-standing competitor in this class, the 2021 Mazda MX-5 Miata Grand Touring. As its name suggests, this Grand Touring model is explicitly built with comfort in mind. In contrast, if you want the best-performing version of the Miata, you're looking at the slightly cheaper club trim. Speaking of price, my tester starts at $31,770. However, factor in optional extras and fees, and you end up much closer to that aforementioned $35,000 mark. Let's see if the Miata is still the go-to choice after over 3 decades on sale. Uncluttered design results in long-term good looks. To say that the 2021 Mazda MX-5 Miata is a small car would be an understatement. Despite having driven many versions of this current ND generation model, I'm always startled by this Roadster's proportions. For context, we're talking about a car that is 154 in long, 68 in wide, and only 49 in tall. Despite these tiny dimensions, most adults will be able to find a comfortable driving position relatively quickly. Aside from its relatively small footprint, the 2021 Mazda MX-5 Miata has a reasonably classy yet straightforward exterior look. While this ND model originally debuted for the 2016 model year, it doesn't look outdated by any means. If anything, this car's sharp headlights and front grille have gotten better with age. By far, my favorite aspect is how the long front hood slopes down as it meets the bumper. Aside from providing excellent visibility, it gives the Miata the illusion of being slightly longer and wider than it is. 181 HP is more than enough. In a world of turbocharged and torque-heavy engines, it is always refreshing to step into a naturally aspirated roadster with its peak power at the top of the reverend range. Under the Miata's hood lies a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine pushing out 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet. While these might seem like tiny power figures, you have to keep in mind that the Miata weighs under 2,400 lb in most configurations. As a result, you should still hit 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds and continue on to a top speed of 143 miles per hour. However, peak power figures and sprint times are irrelevant in this car. That's because the 2021 Mazda MX-5 Miata is all about it makes you feel on the road. Since this is a Grand Touring model, I made sure to reserve most of my drives to cruising through scenic routes. To this end, the Miata is still the top dog in its segment. Despite running this car at relatively slow speeds, for the most part, the Miata generates a feeling of fun that its competitors can't match. However, if you decide to step on the gas, you get the joy of hearing its 4-cylinder engine sing happily to its redline. Additionally, my particular tester came equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission, sending all of the available power to those rear wheels exclusively. While the Miata's suspension is more than happy to play around and provide you with easily controllable oversteer, there are some notable drawbacks on the road. These mainly surround how stiff the Miata is, even in Grand Touring trim. While this is nothing more than a slight inconvenience on a Sunday afternoon, it can become annoying on a Monday morning. Is the Grand Touring's interior worth the price? Since the 2021 Mazda MX-5 Miata Grand Touring sits at the top of the model's range of trims, it won't surprise you to learn that it is also the most luxurious. For example, you get heated seats, heated mirrors, automatic climate control, rain-sensing wipers, automatic headlights, and navigation, to name a few. Additionally, you can also optional extras such as Nappa leather for an additional $300. These options are notable because the GT isn't available with the performance-focused Brembo BBS Recaro package available for the sportier club trim. Despite these significant changes in equipment and intention, the Grand Touring doesn't exactly reinvent the driving experience. Overall, it remains a lightweight, focused sports car. As I see it, you can go the sporty route with the Club or the daily driver route with the Grand Touring. After driving both, my preference lies with the Club. However, that is not to say that the Grand Touring's interior is not enjoyable or a step up. Since I live in tropical weather, extras such as heated seats and mirrors don't get used. However, if I lived somewhere with colder weather, these would be extras I would surely miss. Regardless of which trim level Miata you're looking at, all soft-top models suffer from plenty of road noise and a relatively cramped cabin. However, it is worth noting that everything felt properly screwed together with no noticeable imperfections. Is the 2021 Mazda MX-5 still the king of affordable sports cars? In short, yes. While I could easily complain about how small, noisy, and stiff the Miata is, none of that matters once the fun factor kicks in. While this may not be the ideal daily driver for long commutes on a nice and quiet road, the Miata is magical. At no point did I find myself asking for more power or enjoyment. Simply put, over 3 decades of development results in a product that feels refined and more than worth its price tag. As mentioned in the intro, the 2021 Miata GT has a base price of $31,770. However, if you're looking to skip all luxury extras, you can get into a base sport model for $26,830. If that's not great value, I don't know what is.